Don't you dare, ref. That's he got the ball. Good evening, Tottenham fans all across the globe, and happy Saturday to you all. Hopefully you've all been out and had a great day. Just 2 days after Tottenham's home victory over AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League, Tottenham are back in Premier League action, facing Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park in a London derby. Of course, with Tottenham looking to extend our winning streak and to strengthen our push for top four. Now, off the back of a game Thursday night, this game is not going to be easy tomorrow, and with Tottenham's poor away form so far this season, drop of points at Leicester, Newcastle and Brighton, it's going to be even tougher. So hopefully Tottenham can right some wrongs and deliver 3 points here. And let's get into the lineup that I think Postecoglou is going to task to take the field and do just that. In goals, despite Fraser Forster having a standout performance in the Europa League this week, Guglielmo Vicario will return in goals. And despite Vicario being on the bench Thursday night, Vicario is quickly emerging as a leader within this squad. For those who caught the clips of him on the bench, his influence was evident. For those who didn't catch the clips, tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. and I'll show you exactly what I mean. At left back, one of only few players to retain his place from Thursday night, and that is Destiny Udogie. And I do think Udogie's defensive performance haven't quite matched that of last season's level. Last year he consistently shut down top wingers, leaving them very frustrated on our left hand side. This season though, opponents have been finding success down that flank, and something Udogie will need to address. At right back, Postman Porro, who delivers UK wide, comes in for Archie Gray. And I do think Pedro Porro, in terms of performance levels, in terms of impacts on game, has been very quiet lately. And one thing that I have noticed is consistent in Pedro Porro's game is that he keeps getting caught out at the back post. And I understand it. At times, if the whole defence is pulled over, he has to come in and cover. But when he does, he has to be able to communicate a lot more effectively, calling on the likes of Brennan Johnson or one of them centre midfielders to be able to come in, cover and mark that extra man at the back post instead of leaving them unmarked. Not good enough from Pedro Porro. At centre back, it will be the return of the gruesome twosome Christian Romero and Mickey van de Ven, and I was absolutely delighted that we were able to rest them Thursday night, because I was becoming concerned how over-reliant we were becoming on them, and with bigger fixtures ahead, I'm glad they had that rest, and hopefully they can hit these fixtures running. And one thing I will say is the more they play together, especially in this system now this season, the better they are starting to look. So long may that continue. In the pivot role, I think Yves Bissouma will come in and take Bentancur's place, who had a standout performance Thursday night, was probably one of the best players on the pitch. And Bissouma enters this game brimming with confidence after scoring against West Ham, marking his second goal by positioning himself effectively at the edge of the box for the pullback. And I do think it would be the right decision for Postecoglou to hold Bentancur back for this game tomorrow, because I think that Man City game is a lot more important, and I believe Bentancur's composure in possession makes him a much better choice for that game compared to Bissouma, because I think Bissouma is still a little bit erratic in possession. If he gives away any sloppy balls to Man City, we're going to be absolutely punished, whereas Bentancur, he just doesn't give the ball away. So I think Bissouma will be selected for this game. Now, moving into the two number 10 roles, and we will start with the guy on the right hand side, and that will be Dejan Kulusevski, who right now is Tottenham's best and most consistent player at the moment, and not many people would have said that. It was only the summer where people were maybe questioning where does he fit in and do Tottenham need to cash in. Well, my God, he's proved so many people wrong, and hopefully this form continues, especially with some of the upcoming fixtures we have. You've got the likes of Man City, you also have the likes of Aston Villa, tough away game at Galatasaray. We're going to really need Kulu runnings to keep that run of form for a little bit longer yet. And I do think that Kulusevski's relentless, high-energy performances have been absolutely vital to unlocking Ange's system. And I do think Kulusevski has a major part to play in today's game. It's a tight pitch at Selhurst Park, and with Kulu's direct approach, quick one-touch combination, and most importantly, his ability to be able to beat defenders, and I think will be absolutely crucial in unlocking Palace's tight defensive block. And I feel sorry for players when they come off the pitch up against him, because they must feel like they're playing up against a bloody tank. The other number 10 will be James Maddison, who will be looking to play longer than 45 minutes this time around. And just on the penalty incident the other night with him and Richarlison sort of debating who should take the penalty, I do think it was a classy move by James Maddison to let Richarlison take that penalty, even though he could have used it himself given the pressure that he's under lately. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if the brief disagreement was a positive sign because players are hungry, or a hint of squad tension. That remains to be seen. However, I do think that James Maddison showed maturity and leadership by stepping back, allowing Richarlison to take the penalty and allowing Richarlison to break his scoring drought and shake off a tough year by finding the back of the net. So great leadership displayed there by James Maddison Thursday night. Now, moving into the forward area, the left wing is the most intriguing spot for Tottenham right now. It's the one position everybody's talking about, especially with Sonny unavailable for this game. Will Postecoglou choose Richarlison, Wilson Odegaard, or Mikey Moore? There's also the possibility that he could shift Maddison out wide and bring Papa Matasar into that midfield. Now, I was on We Are Tottenham TV doing the pre-match pump-up for the Alkmaar game, and everyone told me, stop overhyping this kid, Dave. Well, they've all been proven wrong. He was sensational, and he played so well, in fact, that Maddison thought he was playing with Neymar. And given Mikey Moore's standout performance, I do think he's done enough to earn his first Premier League start here against Crystal Palace. Now, of course, it's a big ask rolling a 17-year-old out over the course of 4 days, asking him to complete full 290 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if Postecoglou did elect to go for a Richarlison or an Odegaard with Mikey Moore coming off the bench. But I think at some point you've got to introduce the guy to Premier League level, and I think there's no better game or better time to do it than now, considering there's a huge clamour from the fan base to see it. Moving on over to right wing, and it will be Brennan Johnson, who will be very eager to get back amongst the goals. However, in tomorrow's match against Crystal Palace, he will need to demonstrate a different aspect of his game, one that many still have question marks about. With Selhurst Park being a very tight pitch and Palace employing a very solid defensive unit that is very difficult to break down, he will need to showcase some skill to be able to take on his opponent, create half a yard, and be able to deliver good crosses or good passes into the box and provide opportunities for others. And I do think that is an area of his game where he's still yet to show that sort of significant improvement. And hopefully tomorrow he can show me that I'm absolutely wrong. He does have that side to his game, and no better place to do it than Selhurst Park. And then that leads me into the front line. Of course, Richarlison returning to scoring ways against AZ Alkmaar midweek, but I do think it will be Dom Solanke tasked to lead the line after his 25-minute cameo midweek. And I do think Solanke's overall performances have been very impressive since his arrival, but I do feel for Solanke because he's putting in so much effort, creating opportunities for others, yet not receiving the same consistent service himself. Hopefully more chances will start to present itself, and hopefully he will go on a nice scoring run. But guys, that's my lineup for the Crystal Palace game tomorrow. Please give me yours in the comment section below, along with any other thoughts you may have leading into the game, anything you want me to touch on the pre-match build-up tomorrow at 11 AM, and also your score prediction. Please make sure you smash that like and subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And lastly, if you do want to watch the El Clasico tonight, please join myself and Jack over on the Big Up Network. It will be kicking off at 8 PM tonight. Jack will put the link up in the community section on the YouTube page, so make sure you check that out. Click the link, come across and join us. You don't need an account. It's just about you guys coming in and engaging with us and getting to know us even more. So guys, that's it from me. As always, come on you Spurs. In the big hands we trust. We never stop.